Is Cleveland hiding Shedeur Sanders in plain sight or quietly kneecapping his career? The story blew up when Browns insider Tony Rizzo dropped a bomb. Shedeur reportedly isn't getting scout team reps, while other young QBs are getting live throws. That claim landed like a grenade in a stadium already full of whispers. The team pushed back through coach Bill Musgrave, who calmly insisted every quarterback is being developed, that reps are being split, and that creative. Walkthroughs count, but his tone felt oddly rehearsed, and fans smelled smoke. Here's the thing. This isn't just about practice snaps. It's about optics, ownership pressure, and a rookie whose name sells jerseys even when he's not on the field. Cameras caught moments that didn't match the script. Players laughing with Dillon Gabriel, while chants of "We want Shedeur" echoed, and reports that Bailey Zappi has been taking scout team. Work only added fuel. Analysts are already framing it as favoritism, PR theater, or a coach protecting his pick. Rumors suggest ownership influence, and rival GMs are quietly watching. So what really matters? A carefully managed development plan, or a political chess match playing out on the practice field? Stick around, because the next few weeks could reveal whether Shedeur gets a fair shot or becomes the latest casualty of Cleveland's messy quarterback circus. It all started with one insider bombshell. Tony Rizzo, a respected Cleveland reporter, claimed that Shedeur Sanders wasn't getting scout team reps, not a single real snap. Instead, backup Bailey Zappi was reportedly the one throwing passes during practice. That revelation hit like lightning through Browns Nation. Fans were stunned. How could one of football's most hyped rookies be left watching from the sidelines while others got live reps? Then came the spin. Within hours, quarterbacks coach Bill Musgrave stepped up to clarify things, saying all quarterbacks were getting work with the scout team. But his carefully measured words only raised more suspicion. Because if everyone's getting equal reps, why do so many insiders see Shedeur standing on the sidelines, helmet in hand? And that's where the whispers began. That Cleveland's quarterback room isn't about competition anymore. It's about politics. When the pressure hit, Bill Musgrave finally faced the media. But instead of clearing the air, he made things even murkier. With a calm, robotic tone, he insisted that all of the quarterbacks were getting scout team reps. On paper, it sounded reassuring. In reality, it felt like a carefully polished script. Musgrave talked about creative drills, mental reps, and even simulations on carpet, trying to paint a picture of steady development. But fans weren't buying it. If Shedeur's really getting those reps, where's the proof? Reporters haven't seen it. Teammates haven't confirmed it, and every leaked practice clip tells a different story. The more Musgrave spoke, the clearer it became. This wasn't transparency, it was damage control. And that calm, almost eerie confidence, it didn't silence the rumors, it supercharged them. Here's where things get hard to ignore. Multiple insiders have noticed that while Bailey Zappi and Dillon Gabriel are throwing in live scout team sessions, Shedeur Sanders is mostly watching, helmet on, but sidelined. Reporters on the ground describe him standing near the huddle, occasionally tossing warm-up passes, but not taking meaningful snaps. For a rookie known for precision and confidence, that's not just strange, it's alarming. The Browns claim it's part of his development, but fans aren't buying the corporate spin. To them, it feels like a quiet benching disguised as patience. Even practice footage released by local media shows Shedeur present but rarely active. That Cleveland isn't developing their young quarterback, they're shelving him. And if this is how the Browns define growth, then maybe the real work isn't happening on the field. It's happening behind closed doors. When the rumors broke, analysts didn't hold back. Local radio voices and national commentators alike called out Kevin Stefanski and Bill Musgrave for what they see as development theater. Some insiders say this isn't about talent. It's about control. They argue that Stefanski is protecting his handpicked quarterback Dillon Gabriel, while downplaying Shedeur's rise to avoid locker room friction and media chaos. Even Skip Bayless chimed in, suggesting that the Browns fear the circus that would follow the moment Shedeur takes the field. The spotlight, the pressure, the headlines. But others, like Cleveland's own Tony Rizzo, see it differently. They believe it's ego, plain and simple. Whatever the truth is, everyone agrees on one thing: the Browns are playing a dangerous game. Every rep Shedeur doesn't get only deepens the divide between the fans and the coaching staff. And sooner or later, something or someone is going to break. Behind all the headlines and speculation, Shedeur Sanders has stayed silent, calm, composed, and focused. No interviews, no complaints, no cryptic posts, just quiet work. But make no mistake, that silence speaks volumes. This is a player raised in pressure, molded by Deion Sanders and built for the spotlight, yet forced to watch from the sidelines while others take his reps. Every day, Shedeur shows up early, studies film, and throws after practice, knowing cameras are waiting to capture his every move. But beneath that cool exterior, you can feel the tension, the frustration of a competitor ready to prove himself, but trapped in a system that won't let him. He's not just waiting for a chance, he's preparing for one, because when it finally comes, it won't just be another rep, it'll be payback. While the coaches stay quiet, the tension is reaching the top. Jimmy Haslam's grandkids have already been spotted on the sidelines wearing Shedeur Sanders jerseys, a subtle but powerful message that ownership might not agree with how the coaching staff is handling things. When the boss's family is repping the benched rookie, you know the optics aren't great. At the same time, whispers around the league suggest that rival GMs are starting to take notice. Teams reportedly see Shedeur as a hidden asset, a young quarterback wasting away under the wrong system. And in a league that feeds on opportunity, that kind of buzz spreads fast. If Cleveland doesn't figure this out soon, the Browns won't just risk losing a player, they'll risk losing the faith of an entire fan base. Because in football, perception is power. And right now, Shedeur's image is rising faster than the Browns can control. All eyes are now on what happens next at Browns practice. Reporters are waiting to see if Shedeur Sanders finally takes live scout team snaps, or if this development plan continues to look like a silent freeze-out. Every minor shift, who throws first, who stands with the headset, even who Musgrave praises, will be dissected like playoff tape. If Shedeur starts getting more visible reps, it could mean Cleveland's finally bowing to the noise. But if nothing changes, it might confirm what many already believe, that this coaching staff has quietly made up its mind. Fans have already turned this into a movement, flooding comment sections and hashtags with #FreeShedeur. One thing's clear, this story isn't cooling off. The next few practices won't just decide depth chart order, they might decide the future of the Browns locker room itself. At this point, the Browns quarterback drama feels less like a competition and more like a slow-motion standoff. Kevin Stefanski and Bill Musgrave keep preaching patience, but patience wears thin when your most talked-about player hasn't touched the ball in weeks. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie. He's a brand, a storyline, and possibly the future face of the franchise. And right now, Cleveland is fumbling that opportunity in front of the entire NFL. The truth is, you can only keep a talent like Shedeur buried for so long before the pressure explodes, from fans, ownership, or Shedeur himself. Every snap he doesn't take feels heavier, louder, and more public. So here's the question everyone's asking. Will the Browns finally hand him the ball? Or will they watch another star walk away before his story even begins? If you think Shedeur deserves his shot, drop a blank in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because this saga is just getting started.